Hey, it's Ted here. I'm about to take this lower unit off, this Suzuki F25. It's a 4-stroke 2006, so let's get started. Okay, 4 bolts to hold it on. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side. I've loosened the other side up, so let's break these loose. 12mm wrench. I believe it's been off before. Alright, so I've got the bolts out, I've got one left here, I've got the 2 on the other side out, and now we have the shift shaft here, and what you have is you need 2 10mm wrenches. When I shift it, you'll see that that shaft moves up and down, so down and up. So shift it into forward, and when you shift it into forward, you'll see the lower part of the shift shaft, and you'll see the upper part, which is on this fastener. So what I'm going to do is hold this one, and I'm going to turn this one clockwise to turn it down the shaft to break it loose. So one of the things that you can do is you could either take a Sharpie and make a mark here, or put a piece of tape around it. So what I'm going to do is put a piece of tape around it so this nut does not move. All I want to do is break it loose, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this down, and I'm going to thread this up the shaft. So I'm going to put just a dab of penetrant in here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this up the shaft. So I'm going to just rotate this. It's not going to move with a lower nut once I break it loose. So let me get that set up and I'll show you that next. But what I want to do is remember that spot where that nut is, because that's where the shift shaft needs to be when I put it back together. So I'm just going to loosen this up a little bit, and maybe 2 flats. That's all I need to do. So 1, 2 flats, and then I'm going to put a piece of tape around it so it won't rotate when I take it out. So that'll stay where it is, but I can rotate the other one up. So you'll see I can take this and spin this up. So that's what I need to do now, is I need to rotate that up until it'll come out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put just a little bit of lubricant on the top of it. So I'm going to shift this back down and spray it with a touch of lube. So there it is. I'll bring it back down. I can get at it. Not perfectly in focus, but I'm just going to get a little spray. Not much, just a little bit on those threads so it'll spin up. There we go. So I just shift it back into forward to get it to move. Now what I'm going to do is bring it back to neutral. Now it's free. Okay, now the shaft is unthreaded. I threaded it up far enough for it to fall off. And what I can do is when I'm done is I can actually shift this to get it back to go up just a little bit. You'll see in a second. And then I can bring it down to line it up when I'm going to put it back together. So I'm going to leave it in the forward position out of the way for right now. Take these 2 bolts off. Now I can drop the low unit. Alright, got the front bolt out, last bolt here, wiggle, all 4 bolts out, shift shaft's disconnected, now she should come right out. So there's that nut, that hasn't moved, if you can see that pretty well. This has been on here for a while, but somebody put a brand new pump in this. You can tell, this hadn't even been used maybe once, and that's what the owner had told me. Alright, so we're going to take this in the shop and I'm going to show you how to change that water pump next. Okay, here's something else that I found with this lower unit, and that is that when I was going to take it off and look at it a little bit, is I noticed that I always look at stuff like this, the propeller, and there's play in here, and I really don't think any propeller should have any play in it. So I think the other thing is somebody has lost whatever goes underneath this propeller, because this really doesn't look like it fits very well. And what I'm going to do is look in the parts catalog to see what's in here. So let's take it apart and see what it looks like. That washer doesn't look like it goes there really. And then there's this spline piece which is okay, but what I really want to do is I want to put a thicker washer on here. So I'm going to see if I have a washer that fits this size better. Maybe that's thicker, or double stack it so I can really tighten this down. Prop looks in good shape. And this one has a part number in here. It's P13, looks like 11. And I don't know if it's a factory prop or not. We'll try and find that out. Underneath that, you have this thrust washer. And that thrust washer fits against the shoulder. It's always tapered, so it has to be tapered out. It has to go down this way. And then that fits the taper. And then when that's pushed forward, it won't rock at all. Seals look okay. I don't see any mice. That's a good thing. Alright, I measured the shaft and it's just under 14 millimeters in diameter. So I went down to the hardware store and they've got some nice stainless steel assortment at the Ace Hardware. This is the original one that's the washer that was on there with a nut, and you can kind of see it's way too big. So 14 millimeters, I grabbed a couple of these, and what I'm going to do is just stack them up to see if I can't get this nut up a little higher and I can tighten down on that prop shaft. So, you know, 14 millimeters, this is definitely 16 because I got a 16 and I bought a couple of 18s just to leave them in the assortment of my bins over here that I got set up now for this. So starting to try and get things a little more organized for working on small outboards here. Okay, just like I expected, I've got 2 washers under here, and now I can, you know, get absolutely no play on this propeller, and it spins nice and free. So a couple of 14 millimeter, and we got no interference here. You know, you've got the right thrust washer, doesn't hit the housing, and we have no more side to side play or up and down play, which we really shouldn't have because I don't want that propeller chucking back and forth. Second one I've seen recently like this, interesting enough. So okay, I got the lower unit in the stand. This is again for that 2006 F25 Suzuki. So I've got a new impeller kit here waiting to go in. Take the 4 bolts out, pop the impeller cover off, and I'll show you changing that real quick. Alright, we're going to break the bolts loose first. Yep, this has been off. You can still see the grease. So this was a part not, well, maybe a while ago, but definitely has not had many hours on it. But it's old and set, so we want to put an impeller in it. So I'm going to speed this up and just go through it real quick. Okay, we got a new impeller here, and you have to put it on one way because the slot's only on one side. It's blank on the other, and that fits on the key. So just wiggle it around a little bit till you feel it go on the key. Push it down good. Now, what I want to do before I do that, I always want to put a little grease on here. So a bit of blue grease, mixing Volvo Penna with Suzuki here, but that's okay. And line it up, push it down, twist. Put a little grease inside my cup. On the inside here that fits in that slot, so we have to line that up. Set that in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over, turn this back down, line it up on the studs, get it down to the impeller, turn it clockwise and push it down with one fluid motion. And there we go. nice and flat. We're ready to put the nuts and the washers back on. Right now what I want to do is I want to tighten these down. I'm going to bring them down to their snug, and then what I want to do is I want to tighten them on each side and probably about a 45-degree angle. So I'm going to tighten them about 45 degrees from when they're snug. That's all I need to do. So I'm just going to bring these down to their snug. There we go. There is a brass bushing in here, but I don't want to split the housing. And again, diagonally across about that 45-degree angle. And quick check on the other side. I always double check just to make sure that they're snugged up. Feels good. Okay, we're ready to put it back on. Okay, I'm getting ready to put the lower unit back on. I greased up the shaft. I put a little grease here. Got a little grease here. And the other thing I did was I pulled up on the shift shaft and I rotated the prop counterclockwise so that I can get it locked into forward. This way, when I slide the lower unit up into position, I turn the propeller counterclockwise, and that will rotate the drive shaft, which will line the splines up for the lower unit to the power head. Okay, again, the lower unit is in forward gear, so I'm going to turn that prop counterclockwise when we slide it up in here. Biggest thing I gotta do is make sure that water pump shaft lines up. Get that up into the power head. Alright, so here we go. Now watch that pickup tube. That's the biggest thing I gotta do. I make sure I line up. Keep that lower unit straight. Rotate that prop counterclockwise, and there it goes. It lines right up. Alright, so I've got the lower unit all bolted up, and I'm going to torque these bolts up to 15 foot-pounds. Move this down. So the first thing I'm going to try to do is get this tape off of here. Right, without disturbing that nut and getting the idea where it is. Which is good. We'll check it when we're done. So now at this point I can push this down a little bit. So what I did was I pushed the shaft down with my fingers, and I can bring this now down on top of it. So what I'm going to do is hold it with my finger. I'm going to move the shifter and see if I can do that with you seeing it. Alright, and move the shifter down. There it is. And then spread it on. Now don't move the nut. I'm moving the nut too. So I'm going to hold the nut with this finger, and I'm going to bring this down until it touches. Now if you move the nut, it's not the end of the world. You'll get the idea in a moment of what we're going to do. So that's pretty close. I got them locked up there. Alright, so we got the shift shaft here. I got it neutral, and what we want to do is we want to make sure when I move that lever and this goes up and down, that from the same dimension I move it down, going into reverse, that it locks clockwise, versus I go to neutral and I move the shift lever up. When I move it, that it locks going counterclockwise. So the propeller shaft locks in the opposite rotation. So let's try forward. So I'm going to spin the propeller shaft, and it locks there. And I've still got, a lot of throw. I've got a whole bunch of throw for it to pop up into forward. So I've got plenty of throw to get it into forward on it. So let's go to neutral again. And the prop's nice and free, no clicking sound. And we'll go to reverse, and we're going to turn it clockwise and hold it there, and it locks into reverse just fine. Now when I come out of reverse, I want to see how far it comes out, and it really has a lot of spring loaded to neutral position. So I didn't move that nut at all, it seems. It's in, I'd say, just about perfect. So I'm going to put my wrench on here, I'm going to hold this one, and I'm going to turn this counterclockwise. Just snug it up, don't go crazy. And that's it. One more check. Locks in the forward. Neutral's good, no noise. No noise of the prop. Reverse, clockwise with the prop. Locks right in, stays there. Good. Okay, all set. So ready to fire it up. If you like the video, please subscribe, click the like button.